Hey everybody, this is Carissa with Inky Fairy Designs and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making this awesome card for Cinco de Mayo and I am using products from Maker Forte. I am part of their design team this year and I am super excited to get started. This is the stamp set that I'm using. It is called Fiesta, like there's no mañana. I love the large sentiments in this set and the cute little images with the piñata and the tequila bottle. Who doesn't love that? I am so ready for some chips and salsa after making this card. So yeah, I'm going to show you the products that I'm using in this video from Maker Forte. And if you're interested in any of them, please click the links below in the description box. You will get right to the product and I earn a small commission as an affiliate being as part of the design team. So that's always a huge help when you click my links. So I am using this powder, which I put in the Mr. Perfect bottle. This is an empty bottle that you can get from Maker Forte, and you can fill it with whatever you want. You can fill it with inks, you can fill it with watercolors, you can fill it with what I'm doing. I'm going to put a few scoops of the Maker Forte kaleidoscope powder in France Neptune. It's this beautiful white powder that shifts to kind of like a teal. So I am writing that on the bottle. It has a little place where you can write what you have actually filled the bottle with. So I'm adding that on there so I know what's in it. And then I'm going to go ahead and scoop a few little bits of that powder into the bottle. So just opening it up, you can see the shift there on the cap. You can actually see the teal, and then you see here the white. So I'm just using this bone folder from my folding or scoring tool and putting a bit of that powder in there. I think I put 3 scoops in there. I may add a few scoops later because I really like the shimmer, but I was being a little bit conservative. So now I'm going to fill it with water and then I'll be ready to go. I'm also going to be using this awesome glitter from Maker Forte. It's this black glitter and it's so sparkly. I just love it. And I am not a glitter person. Like, I love sparkly stuff, but loose glitter kind of scares me because it tends to get everywhere. But it was in my design team box, so I thought I would use it, and I actually love it. So now I'm going to start on this card. I wanted to keep it simple. If I want to send a bunch of these to my family or friends, I can do that. I can make a bunch of them because it's really, really simple. I come from a background. My mom is Mexican, so Cinco de Mayo is definitely something that we would celebrate when I was younger, and so I figured this would be a fun card to make. And so I just started by adding a little bit of the water to my paper, kind of smushed it around a little bit with my paintbrush, and then I added some color. And now I started with the red at the top, and at the bottom I'm going in with the green, and I'm leaving the middle open. But I will go in with a bit of the white watercolor, even though you don't see it, just to kind of make the blending a little bit more. I'm also adding some splatters here. So here's the white, and like I said, you're not really going to see that. Obviously, I'm painting white on white cardstock or watercolor paper, but it does kind of just allow the green and the red to blend without blending into each other. So I felt like that was a great happy medium. So now I'm coming in with that mist that I created, or that spray that I created with the kaleidoscope powder, just to give it a little bit of shimmer. And I'm going to dry that with my heat tool here until it's all nice and dry and shimmery. You can kind of see the shimmer, not so great in the video, but you can definitely see it in real life. So now I'm going to place this background in my Misty and I am going to stamp the sentiment on it. Because it's watercolor paper and I watercolored on it, it's a little bit warped, so I wanted to make sure that it stayed right in place. So I'm using 2 magnets. Now I'm placing that stamp on there, and so the de Mayo is kind of like in the white area of my background. I am using the Color Hive Remarkable Ink Pad in Eclipse Black. Now, there was a reason I did my background first and then my stamping, because this is a water-based ink pad. It's great for alcohol marker coloring, but it would have been awful to stamp and then watercolor on top of. So keep that in mind when you're doing kind of techniques like this. Make sure you're using the right type of ink if you're watercoloring or if you're using alcohol markers, because you want to make sure that that ink isn't going to react with whatever medium you're using. So once I was happy with the image, and I had to stamp it 3 or 4 times just because it is textured watercolor paper, I decided to use this cleaning solution from Maker Forte, and it works great and it smells good. It's called Cherry Blossom, so it smells really yummy, and it cleaned off my stamp just fine. I'm not a stamp cleaner. I don't generally do that, but I had it, so I figured I might as well use it. So now I'm going to stamp my image, this cute little piñata, on some coloring paper, and I'm going to use that same ink pad. Like I said, this is for alcohol marker coloring. So, and it's very juicy. You can see I got it like all over my Misty, but I just wiped it off and it was fine. But the ink pad is like a foam ink pad, and it really covers the stamp very well, very nice. So I used a little bit more of that cleaning solution to clean off my stamp again, and yeah, works really good. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start coloring. So I sped this up a little bit more because I'm not really doing anything fancy or technique-y. I'm just choosing 2 or 3 colors in the color family that I want. So for the brown, I chose like a light and a medium and a dark, and then I'm just blending that. I put that on the rope and on the little saddle that is on the piñata. And then I'm going to go in and obviously with my background and the coloring of the piñata, I am taking inspiration from the Mexican flag, because we are doing a card for Cinco de Mayo, and their flag is red, white, and green. In hindsight, I feel like I didn't do the colors kind of in order on the piñata, but hey, this is just for fun, right? We get the idea. It has the Mexican flag colors. We are good. So I just used, I think I only used 2 of the reds, even though I had pulled out 3 of them. It's just such a small image that it's not, you don't need to get all fancy with the shading and everything. For the white though, I wanted to give it a little bit more dimension, so I brought in a cool blue and just gave it a little bit of shading in those areas that I wanted white. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to fussy cut it. I know a lot of stamps have matching dies these days. I don't think Maker Forte does, but fussy cutting is so simple, and it is what we did back in the day. I've been a card maker for 11, 12 years now, and this is what we used to do all the time. So it is easy, especially with a simple image like that. It's very easy to cut around. So now I'm going to conquer my fear of glitter, and I am adding some glue to the little mane and tail on this image, and now I'm going to put some copy paper underneath to catch the glitter so that I can put it back in the jar, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on there. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the black glitter. I wouldn't have thought I would, but it is awesome, and it added just the perfect contrast and dimension texture onto this image that it needed. So now I'm going to put that excess glitter back in the jar, and always, always cap it when you're done because accidents happen. Okay, so now I'm going to build my card. I am taking this cardstock cut down to 8.5 by 11, and I'm gonna score it in the middle to create a top folding A2 size card. Those are my go-to. I love that size. I know we are all into different size card bases. There's lots of people that do 6x6 cards and 5x7. The big thing is slimlines now, which I do have fun with every once in a while, but the A2 is just my go-to, and it's, for me, the perfect size. So I added this thin foam tape on the back of my watercolor panel. I like to use foam tape when I am adhering like a big watercolor panel to a card base, because there's that little bit of warping. It's not big, it's not major or anything, but the foam tape just adds enough dimension to it that you don't notice it as much as if you tried to adhere it flat onto the card base. You just might get little areas that raise and won't stick down. So I die cut this little frame and out of some gold glitter paper and added that around the image, and I think it is such a great pop of sparkle to the card. And then I'm going to add some of these foam squares to the back of the piñata. The glue that I use is iCraft mixed media glue, and it dries super fast. Like, I was worried that I was going to smush the glitter all over the place when I did this, because I didn't wait too long before I started to assemble my card, but it dries so fast that I had no issues with it, laying it flat and nothing moved. So it was great. And I'm just going to kind of place that. I kind of liked how it kind of overlapped the Y in Cinco de Mayo, and that is my card for today. It's so cute. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I am working on getting more active again. Obviously, being part of the Baker Forte design team gives me a lot of incentive, or not incentive, but inspiration to get back on here and make videos for you guys. So I hope you enjoy that. If yeah, if you see any products that you like, go ahead and check out the links below, and I'll leave some videos to some or links to other videos here that you might be interested in. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.